ahead on 12 News. Need a package delivery? Think again about where you have it sent. Plus, a housing decision in Golden Valley that not all residents are going to like. But first, construction delay.
I think, frankly, it'll be next spring.
What could hold up projects across the Northwest Metro? 12 News starts right now. Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us. So what do North Dakota's oil boom, construction of the new Viking Stadium, and springtime flooding along the Mississippi River have in common?
They are all slowing down local cities and small contractors trying to finish construction projects before winter sets in. Delane Cleveland explains why.
Winds of change are sweeping through Osseo.
We have this police station that we're trying to replace.
In the city's central core, construction crews, heavy equipment, and orange cones have taken center stage.
We have about 6 or 8 blocks of streets where we're trying to get the curb and sidewalk in.
Putting a temporary stop to the city's tranquil character in order to make way for urban renewal. The new apartment complex, a new police station, and even a gun range. There is a building boom taking place in Osseo right now, but there's one key ingredient they need to finish all these projects.
Well, this is where we're hoping we get some concrete right here because this is our police garage.
The project is supposed to be finished in early December, but that could prove difficult without concrete.
It's very critical to the city to get this building finished, otherwise we'll be sitting here all winter with an empty building.
It's a problem stemming from a cement shortage that's impacting cities, small contractors, and homeowners trying to complete things like driveway projects.
Homeowners who are trying to get a driveway done, they're pretty much at the bottom of the list, and they're finding it very hard to find concrete.
Fred Corrigan of the Aggregate and Ready Mix Association of Minnesota puts part of the blame on our neighbors to the northwest.
It goes back a little ways, and it goes, frankly, back to North Dakota, where there's a lot of oil activity going on, and the railroads especially have pretty much prioritized what they're going to ship, and that's oil.
Exacerbating the problem is the Mississippi River flooding in the spring that made cement transportation difficult, and that the Viking Stadium receives cement priority.
It's just a tsunami this year that everything went wrong.
Add them together and you have a problem that might not be fixed anytime soon.
I think, frankly, it'll be next spring, probably continue into next year, and we won't see relief for a couple of years.
Meantime, Osseo officials say they still have faith in their contractors.
I don't think we need to put pressure on them. They're doing everything they can.
In Osseo, Delane Cleveland, 12 News.
One way to alleviate the cement shortage is easing weight restrictions placed on trucks in order to carry more supplies. Officials in the concrete industry are working with the governor's office to make that happen.
The Anoka-Hennepin School District is rallying the community for support to help 9 families affected by Monday's devastating apartment fire. Most of the families lost everything. The Red Cross says the fire displaced 18 adults and 20 children. Many of those children attend Evergreen Park Elementary. Officials say some of the students showed up to school in pajamas with no slippers or shoes. The Anoka-Hennepin Educational Foundation is collecting money to help the families. And for information on how to donate, you can go to our website. That's 12.tv.
It took about 20 seconds for a pair of thieves to steal a package off the doorstep of a Champlin home. Take a look at one instance caught on tape.
It happened so fast, within 15-20 seconds. They were calm and smooth and drove right in, 2 men. The passenger got out, opened the front door and the door behind him in his vehicle, walked right up, grabbed the box, put it in and walked away.
Melissa Juergens recently posted this video of a package theft in Champlin. She learned it's something not just happening in her city, but elsewhere.
It's not just happening in Champlin, it's happening everywhere in the Twin Cities. And it's one thing we don't think about, you know, to drop a package off at your front door and how fast it can be gone.
Police say no arrests have been made in that case. If you aren't home when packages are delivered, police recommend having them delivered to your workplace or to a neighbor. You can even have them left at the post office. There were amendments to amendments, what-if scenarios, and advice from attorneys.
In the end, Golden Valley City Council approved a moratorium on new single-family subdivisions, just not the way some council members would have liked. By a 3-2 vote, the Golden Valley City Council approved a 6-month moratorium for new single-family housing developments. It would allow the city to address concerns about developing green space and changing the character of neighborhoods. The crux of the debate centered on whether existing housing proposals would be impacted, and because of legal reasons, they were not included in the moratorium. City Council member Larry Faunus feels that will leave some residents upset.
At the end of the day, I have to uphold the law as it is written. And for that, and my part in that, I say I am sorry to you.
Minnesota statute requires all subdivision proposals to be acted upon within a 120-day window, or else they are considered approved. The majority of the council felt it best to remove existing subdivision proposals so that the council can at least attempt to make sure that those properties are developed in a responsible way.
A bit of musical magic is being produced in Plymouth. Employees from the ADS group have printed and packaged the next edition of the city's 97 sampler. Only 35,000 copies can be made because of licensing restrictions, so they always sell out fast. The CD helps raise money for local charities.
Over the course of those 26 years, we've raised $11.5 million for charitable donations. In 2014, and this current release, we're expected to generate $910,000.
This year's edition will include groups like the 1975, Delta Ray, and Neon Trees. The CDs go on sale at Target stores in 2 weeks. The bountiful summer harvest might be behind us, but you wouldn't know that if you stepped inside the Maple Grove Community Center.
That's where the indoor farmers market will be, and that's where 12 News reporter Shannon Slatton is now. Hi, Shannon.
Hi, Mike and Alex. You know, your garden might have played out for the season, but there's plenty of produce here to be had here at the first indoor Maple Grove Farmers Market of this season. You can see Lynn's greenhouse here. They had this table completely heaped up with produce when we got here. You would be so surprised at the amount of produce that's out here, as well as the number of people that have been out here for the first market. Let's take a walk and we'll see what else they have going on. Martha's Joy Pickles, made right in New Hope. He's a staple out here during the summer season, and he's out here for the fall too. Further down, we have apple cider. On this side, we have baked products, wild rice, several vendors pushing you to go ahead and be thinking about the holidays and seeing what you can find to put under the Christmas tree or in the stocking. Here at the end, this is a gem. This is made right here in Crystal. It's called Bee Brews. This is made out of honey. It's a syrup. You add it to a carbonated soda, and you have a very unique beverage made right in Crystal. Around the corner, I wish you could smell what it smells like around here. There's several baked products. This is the favorite area for kids in the area. There's several cookies to be had right here, freshly baked. You might hear the music. What's a farmer's market without live music? You'll find that every week out here at the Maple Grove Farmers Market. Here is Carol Morris. She's one of the brains behind the operation. Carol, you got quite a big crowd out here today and lots to offer as well.
Yes, we do. We have a great start to our indoor season. This is our first of 7 markets. So everything from fresh seasonal produce like Brussels sprouts, squash, potatoes, parsnips, turnips, to greenhouse grown products such as tomatoes and cucumbers and herbs. So lots of good fresh stuff.
And people can use their credit card, EBT card, debit card as well, just like during the summer.
It's a very popular program, so people do not have to go to the ATM and have cash. They can just come, swipe their card, and we'll get them all set up.
And very quickly, Carol, tell us when the dates are for folks at home so they know.
Certainly. It's the first and third Thursdays of November and December, and then the third Thursdays of January, February, and March. So we've extended the season.
All right, it will be fun to see. Thank you very much,
right,
Carol,
thanks,
for joining
Shannon.
us. And as always, admission to the Maple Grove Farmers Market is free. Back to you, Mike and Alex. I have some shopping to do now.
Well, it's so crowded there, it's hard to get around a little bit. That's a good thing, I guess. Up next, we're off to Osseo High School to meet this week's standout student.
And then a little bit later in sports, it's a hard-fought battle as Champlin Park takes on Roseville at the state volleyball tournament.
But first, cloudy and cool on Friday, but not as cold as it will be next week. His teacher describes him as gracious, humble, and a leader who knows how to get others involved.
He is 17-year-old Hamzeh Salti from Osseo High School, and he's this week's standout student.
I want to know, can you graph and tell me what the data is telling you?
Mastering physics class at Osseo High School takes a certain kind of mind.
Use technology so we can learn smarter instead of harder.
If it's science, technology, engineering, or math,
I always find that really interesting, kind of like solving those puzzles.
Hamzeh Salti considers it a match.
Pretty much any second I have, I'll probably spend it on a computer, tinkering around, seeing what makes it work. And my friends helped me build my first computer a couple of years ago.
This 17-year-old loves to figure out the mechanics of things, but that's just one side of him.
He's a humble leader who gets students really excited about whatever activity it is that they're involved in, and he brings a lot of different types of students together, so that's really what makes him unique and stand out here.
A leader through and through, Hamzeh's peers voted him president of the Student Senate, captain of the wrestling team, and he also serves as treasurer of National Honor Society and is a member of the senior leadership team.
I love this school. It's done a lot of great things for me. It's provided a lot of opportunities, and honestly, it all comes from as much you want to put into it. This school will give it right back to you, and that's what I love about Osseo.
Using all of Newton's laws, applying them.
His days at high school are numbered. Next year, Hamzeh will head to college where he wants to pursue a degree in computer engineering. His teacher believes this young leader will succeed in any arena.
He could choose a number of careers where he would be successful, and seeing how well he's done with campaigning around here, I would love to see him on a ballot someday even, because I think that a lot of people would love to have his voice in a higher office.
Hamzeh is hoping to attend college at either the University of Wisconsin-Madison or the University of Minnesota. So appropriate this election week there.
He's got a vote from a teacher.
That's right, that's exactly right. Coming up, Spare Change adds up to impressive charity work over at Champlin Park High School.
But first in sports, a new coach leads a talented Hopkins girls hockey team into the season. John Jacobson has that and more when we come back. Anytime you make it to the state tournament, you've had a pretty good year, but then things can get a little tougher.
And it was a really tough match this morning. Really exciting, though. A lot of good volleyball down at St. Paul. Champlin Park fought through a tough schedule in the Northwest Suburban Conference and Section 5AA tournament to earn a state tournament berth. The Rebels were in the state tourney for the first time in 13 years. They faced Roseville at the XL Energy Center in today's quarterfinals. The Rebels' Sydney Hilly with a huge match. Her kill here ties the score at 11. The first set featured 10 ties and 7 lead changes, and in the end, the Raiders pull it out. Monica Birch gets one of her 28 kills of the match. Roseville wins 26-24. Brenna Walton sets to Hilly for the kill and an early Rebels 4-0 lead in the second set. But after trailing the entire set, the Raiders rally to pull it out. Ginger Para tools the block for a point. Roseville wins 27-25. Champlin Park does not get swept this day, though. Janae Alderson with a kill and a 10-7 Rebels lead. They win the third set 25-22. And they take the fourth one as well. Hilly connects for another of her match-high 32 kills. The Rebels win 25-18, forcing a fifth and deciding set. Alderson's kill in the fifth set puts the Rebels ahead 6-5. But after trailing 13-12, the Raiders score the last 3 points of the match, including the final one here, as Roseville survives a 2-hour, 10-minute match to win, despite a great rally by the Rebels.
Be down 2 sets to start, to come back and get to the fifth one and push it as far as we did. I just extremely proud of them, and I know they're upset right now, but they're proud of themselves too. And to come down to the last point like that is just in their first ever state tournament experience. That they've handled all the adversity, so just great. We're really proud of them.
The Rebels face Bemidji in the consolation semifinals Friday morning at 9 at the XL Center. The Star Tribune's annual All-Metro volleyball team is out, and 2 of the 6 first-team players are from schools in our area. Champlin Park sophomore setter and outside hitter Sydney Hilly is one of the players. She helped lead the Rebels to the Northwest Suburban Conference Championship and Section 5 3A title this fall. Hilly led the Rebels in set assists, kills, and service aces. She's already verbally committed to play at the University of Wisconsin. Hopkins senior number 13, Samantha Seliger-Swenson, is the Star Tribune's Metro Player of the Year. The setter and 6-year varsity player will play collegiately at the University of Minnesota. Seliger-Swenson's mom, Vicki, is the Royals head coach. Sam is a 3-time All-Metro selection and has played for Team USA. One of the area's top girls hockey programs has a new leader this season. Former Mound West Taka coach Chris Erickson is the new head coach at Hopkins. Erickson takes over for longtime coach Vin Paolucci, who resigned in the offseason. Now, players are getting used to how Erickson and his staff coach.
It's good. We like our coach so far, and so it's a lot of fun. He's really good and makes the practice. They're hard and they're intense, but they're also, again, he makes practices fun.
It's been very good. We got the job at the end of July, so we had 2 weeks with him during the summer. And then now after our first week, there's a lot of talent on the ice, and very excited about the opportunity.
The Royals lost some key players to graduation, like All-State goalie Aaron O'Neill and talented forward Nina Rogers, but they also have a strong returning group. Players like Grace Bazal, Corbin Boyd, and Rachel St. Clair have played a lot of varsity hockey. Style should look pretty similar for the Royals.
We have a lot of speed, we have a lot of talent, and so I think it's going to be a really good season. And if we maintain that aggressiveness that we have in the past years, it's just going to keep carrying through and keep building.
We're going to play to the strengths that they have, and so we're not really setting any bars right now. We're just going to get used to see what they can do, implement our system and what we think will be successful, and then we'll adjust as it goes. But there's a lot of speed, a lot of talent that we're going to be aggressive.
The Royals open the season tonight, Thursday, at Minnetonka Ice Arena against North Metro. And Totino Grace and Mounds View playing tonight at 7 at Maple Grove. In prep football, highlights of that Friday starting at 4.
All right, thanks a lot, John. Up next, proof spare change adds up fast.
Take a look at this impressive collection at Champlin Park High School, where that money is going when we come back.
And finally, a little We Day motivation had a big impact on students at Champlin Park High School.
Yeah, they set out to collect spare change to donate to an organization that builds schools in Haiti. The goal was $1,000, but as you can see here, the change along with dollar bills poured in faster than they expected. So in 5 days, they raised more than $2,100. And students decided how that money will be used.
Overlooking back at what Haiti's gone through in the past years and how the hurricane hit them really big, and like how a whole bunch of things got destroyed for them, I thought like us doing a coin drive and help buying bricks, building a school for them will help benefit them more.
The day they said we had like 1,500, and then like the next day I asked her and she thought like it's 2,100 something. I was like, oh my God, did we seriously raise that much?
And for their efforts to help build schools, students will attend We Day next week in St. Paul, a free event with celebrities and music to motivate young people to do service projects like that. I think the band Perry, I'm told, is going to be there, and Magic Johnson, and so big event.
$2,100, no
in
small
5
amount
days.
of change. That's impressive, really impressive.
That's it for now. Thanks so much for joining us, everyone.
Community Corner is coming up next. We'll see you back here tomorrow at 4 o'clock.